The Mad Dogs are back. I'm playing the same list as I did in the last video. I've been very heavy with this list. As I kind of covered in the last one, I've gone down to just 3 Arrogant Wurms. Inspired by the previous list that went 5-0 on Magic Online. I always considered it a must to run 4, but I think with 4, even when you're running a full playset of the discard outlets, you can you just get these situations where you can't cast the worm, and it can mess you up. I'm also going down to just 2 Patrol Hounds, but I have 3 Call of the Herd. I'm playing a little more non-creature spells. So we have two Rancor and 1 Curse Scroll with another Curse Scroll in the board. I think I like having 2 in the 75, and just having this this split seems pretty good. It's not the primary game plan, but it's good to have the option if the game goes a little longer. Having the 1 Sylvan Library also is good, I think. I would kind of like to have it in the sideboard, but at the same time, I'm so happy with this sideboard that I think I did decide to go with it in the main, and yeah, I've played this list in a few leagues now, and I continue to really like it. It may seem a little bit all over the place, but after having played so much with different versions, different numbers of each card, this has felt really solid. Still on the Wasteland Rishadan Port plan, and the sideboard is basically what I've been running lately. Orim, Chant, Ray of Revelation, running 3 mostly for Enchantress, but it's a really good card, I think. Reprisal for big creatures. For the anti-red cards, I was running 2 Absolute Law, but there's so much Sly. There's so much Sly on Magic Online right now, even though it's an extremely good matchup for us. I have decided to go with a split, one with 1 Armadillo Cloak and 1 Absolute Law. Cloak is better against Sly, whereas Absolute Law is better against goblins, but Cloak can still do work against goblins. So I think because there's so much Sly, I think it makes sense to have Cloak, even though it's a good matchup. Just when you run into it so much, and we're gonna see a lot of Sly this league. So yeah. And the Tsabo Swap, I continue to be very happy with the double Tsabo Swap with the Wasteland playing instead of the factories. The webs can really help against Terrageddon, against Oath Poncer and Landstill. These are very tricky matchups for us, so having Tsabo Swap is really good, I find. But yeah, so same list as last time. Let's jump into the league. Okay, round 1, game 1. I'm on the play, and see a hand that's just all lands in glory, so that's an easy mulligan. Here we find a hand with a lot more early action and good interaction, both the swords and Naturalize. Opponent just has a factory, so I just put Rancor on the tribe and start getting in. Drawing a Call of the Herd. Here they are very aggressively attacking with the factory, and I can just swords it. Seems like maybe a little bit of a loose play into a open white mana, but I'm not gonna judge. Play out a ball lightning. I do kind of just have to take that damage. But I do have 2 Rootwallas here. So I can start getting in for a lot of damage. I just play out a Patrol Hound in case they have another ball lightning. They do have ball lightning, but they also fire blast the Patrol Hound, so they do get in for the damage. Here they block one of the Rootwallers. I can just pump the other one for lethal, and I take game 1. Now for round 1, game 2 against Sly, I take out 3 Savannah Lions, take in 2 Prismatic Strands and 1 Curse Scroll. Just looking to be a little more controlling in game 2. Now for the first hand we saw no lands, so that's an easy mulligan. And here we see a very, very good hand with double discarders and good curve into 3 drops. I do bottom a land, which I think is maybe a little questionable. Here they do play a Havoc, which I've certainly not seen before, but it's a cool card. Whenever an opponent casts a white spell, they lose 2 life. I don't actually think it's that good against us though, because we have so many green spells, we don't have to really play another white card. We do draw an Armadillo Cloak. Pumping the Rootwalla and they bolted. Also blocking the Lions. I think it was not the best attack really. It's a little loose. Here they block with the factory and I wastelanded. Play a Patrol Hound. You could argue for just playing out the Arrogant Wurm instead of attacking. But I'm not really punished. Hit another land. They don't go for a block here. Now I can get out an Arrogant Wurm. And if I can suit it up with Armadillo Cloak, that's gonna be really hard for them to deal with, but it doesn't even get to that point. They just scoop in response, so we take it out. Round 1, 2-0. Now for round 2, game 1, I'm on the play again, and I just see an excellent hand here with the 1 drop into 2 drop, 3 drop, so easy keep. My opponent plays Jackal Pop, so once again, Sly. We play out Mongrel, and opponent just immediately concedes. I guess they've played against this deck enough to know that it's very unfavored for them. Maybe their hand was really bad. Now for second game, round 2, I see an excellent opening hand here with everything I could want. They maul to 6 and they just concede. I guess like they could have had bad hands, but also just I guess they just don't feel confident in the matchup. And I mean, certainly when I look at my record against the deck, it's yeah, it's very favored for us. Not the most satisfying way to win, but I think it's when we're already so favored and opponent has so little confidence in the match, I think it's pretty safe to assume that we would win even if the game had played out, and we also had excellent hands in both games, so would be hard for them to deal with this, I think. Now for round 3, we're on the draw, but we again see just an excellent hand with our colors and 2 drops, 3 drops, so easy keep. We see Wooded Foothills, so looking like maybe another red deck. Just draw a Rootwalla and play it out. Opponent just ports our land, but they actually did it wrong. They did it on their turn, so yeah, that was a misplay from them. Here they do it right, and they also have a Wasteland for one of our lands, but we do keep hitting lands, so it's not too bad. And I Wasteland their port. They still don't have a play. I mean, you have to assume it's goblins from what it's been, but yeah, they haven't done anything, and yeah, they do play out a War Chief. But it's pretty late to the party. We already have them down to 7, and we get out an elephant token, and they scoop it up. They just didn't have momentum on their side. Now for round 3, game 2 against goblins, I take out 4 Savannah Lions. I don't think they're great against goblins, and especially against pyrokinesis. So I take them out. I also take out Naturalize, since there's not really a target for it. And I bought in 1 Tsabo's Whip, 1 Armadillo Cloak, 1 Absolute Law, and 2 Prismatic Strands. Also 1 Curse Scroll. We see a hand here without green, but if we do find a green, we have everything we could ever want. I mean, we have double tribe, Absolute Law, Armadillo Cloak, Arrogant Wurm, so it's just an incredible hand. Even without green, having Absolute Law just really shuts down the deck. They are just porting us, but I just Wasteland the port. They have another port. They're really heavy on the port plane in both games. Here I just play out another tribe. Still not hitting green, but that's not too bad. Opponent isn't having a fast start or anything. Now I can just get out Absolute Law and just keep getting in. Opponent scoops it up. They might have been on mono red and not had an answer for Absolute Law. Maybe they weren't hitting their land drops. Either way, it was just an excellent hand from us. And we take it down 2-0. So for round 4, we're against Neon Mushroom. Everyone should know him, of course. Without his videos, I probably wouldn't be playing Premodern, so obviously I got nothing but respect for him. I think it's super cool what he's doing. He's playing so many different decks, and that makes it pretty tricky to play against. But yeah, it's just super cool guy. And another reason it's tricky to play against him is he's kind of been one of the people also championing Mad Dogs, so he knows the deck very well. Yeah, so I always find it tricky to play against him. We see a fine hand here. Anytime I can open with Tribe, Rootwalla, and into another 2-drop. And here we also have Rancor Glory, so it's just kind of has everything we could want. We don't really have interaction, but certainly very aggressive hand. He's opening on City of Brass into Portent. That could be a few different decks. Just getting in with the Tribe and Rootwalla, and playing on a Mongrel. See a Gemstone Mine into Dreadnought, so that's really really bad for us. We don't really have an answer for it. I do just kind of get as much on the board, as much power on the board as I can, so that I can crack back for a lot of damage. But he has another Dreadnought. He does Vision Charm it, but this way I simply can't do anything. I don't have removal for any of them, so he would just get back for 24. That's just too much, so he takes game 1. Now game 2 against Neon Mushroom on Rock Threshnot. We kind of sideboard like it's Dreadnought, but it has to be a little different. I think Savannah Lions is worse, since they often have things like Pyroclasm. Even Nimble Mongoose is just really good against Lion as soon as they get Threshold online. I take out 1 Glory. They do have more interaction than Mono Blue Dreadnought, but I still think it's okay to take out 1 Glory. I take in 1 Reprisal and 2 Orim Chant. I also take out a Curse Scroll for 2 Prismatic Strands. Well, again, first hand. We do have 2 answers to Dreadnought, so I think that is the most important thing. I do play out the Patrol Hound, kind of banking on them not having a turn 2 Dreadnought. Indeed, he's going for Mongoose. I get out a Worm, but it is counterspelled. Just getting out a Rootwalla here and attacking. Pumping the other Rootwalla. I wasn't really keeping this line in mind. He could just mill himself with Vision Charm to get Threshold. This way he gets a clean block on the Patrol Hound, so kind of unfortunate. And he has a Pernicious Deed. That's certainly a card I really wasn't expecting. And right now on this board, it's I mean, it's a little tricky, because if he wants to blow up the Rootwallas, he also blows up his Nimble Mongoose, so I think I could have simply been pumping the last attack. I do pump this time, and he cracks the deed, taking out his own Mongoose. And I decide to play out a Tribe. We do have a lot of answers to a Dreadnought, so he does get out a Dreadnought, but he only has 1 card left in hand. I'm not sure why I didn't attack here, but I just sorts the Dreadnought. He doesn't have an answer for it. It seems like he is flooding pretty heavily. Yeah, he just keeps playing out lands, not finding action. So certainly lucky for us. I get a Rancor on one of the Tribe, and just so I can apply more pressure. Here I don't play out anything. I don't think I'm incentivized to play a spell. I can just keep getting in with the tribe and holding up glory. And that's exactly what we keep doing. Yeah, and we take game 2. Game 3 against Neon Mushroom on Rock Threshold. I sideboard a little bit differently. I take out one more Savannah Lions for one Tormod script, basically to shut down Threshold. I keep this hand with Rootwalla, Swords, and Call of the Herd, and I do draw a Tribe, but I'm holding up Swords basically, in case he has a turn 2 Dreadnought. Now I do play out a Tribe. He counterspells it. Pretty aggressive counterspell, but I mean it does make sense to take out the discarder, but it's working out well for me. With Call of the Herd seeing another removal spell, I'm trading pretty well with him on resources, and I have a Rancor on an elephant. He does play out a Dreadnought here with Stifle, but I have double swords. I'm just waiting. Yeah, since he played out another land, I feel fine going for swords there. Yeah, he does scoop it up here. Seems like he wasn't finding enough action, and we are dealing a lot of damage here. So we do take the series 2-1. Now for round 5, game 1, we're on the play, and we see an excellent hand with action at the first 3 turns, which is exactly what you want with this deck. And we see a mountain, so we're certainly happy to see that. Just playing out Patrol Hound here, hoping that it takes a removal spell, which it indeed does. It bites a bolt, and opponent plays a Fanatic, not hitting the second land, so it's really good for us. We just take the trade with the Fanatic and play a Call of the Herd. Opponent's still stuck on one land. Now I can play out the Mongrel. They have a Pyrostatic Pillar, which we certainly don't care about. They have another Pyrostatic Pillar. We just get out a Worm, so the Pyrostatic Pillars are really gonna hurt our opponent since we already have so much pressure on the board. Now we can just hold up glory. So that game, I mean, went really well for us. Opponent was stuck on one land for a while, and we just curved out really well. Now round 5, game 2 against Sly, continuing our lucky streak against red decks. I take out 3 Savannah Lions, 1 Naturalize, for 1 Armadillo Cloak, 2 Prismatic Strands, and 1 Curse Scroll. Once again, looking to be a little more controlling, a little slower to just take over the game a little later on, since we're on the draw. We mulligan the first hand and find a hand with double Mongrel and Glory. Opponent's a Black Vice. That's certainly good here since we don't have a 1-drop. Opponent's just playing Incinerate, hitting our face, and then Flame Rift. So we're already down to 8, but not taking damage to the Black Vice anymore. I get out a Call of the Herd. And just getting in there. Discarding a land to the Mongrel. I don't want to be using City of Brass. Opponent's pointing burn at us. And they have Mock Fanatic. Here I do attack. I think you actually could have made a case for just hitting the Fanatic with swords. What I'm going for here is a very aggressive line where I would win. I'm just discarding 2 Mongrel. You know, I would have lethal damage this way. I'm basically not keeping in mind that Mock Fanatic plus Fire Blast is lethal damage. They point a bolt at the Mongrel and I activate Glory. Now they can just go for the 9. They have Fire Blast plus Fanatic on us, so they do take game 2. Now for round 5, game 3 against Sly, I take out the other Naturalize and take back 2 Lions. I also take out Sylvan Library. Looking to be more aggressive again since we're on the play. And this is just an excellent hand. Once again with action at the first 3 turns, so feeling good. And getting in with the Lion. No Black Vice this time. Opponent is pointing burn at us, which seems a little ambitious since we have so much pressure on board. And they also get out a Parasitic Pillar, which, you know, again, like game 1, I'm usually very happy to see Sly play Parasitic Pillar. I think it's just a liability for them, since we usually have good pressure on board. And we see in this game, we're at 15, they're at 10. They can't really play spells without taking more damage. We don't even have to play any more spells, we can just keep getting in. They're kind of forced to jump block with the Lavamancer, and they don't have any fodder in the graveyard. So this game is over. We take the series 2-1. So this means that we did get a trophy. It's maybe not the most satisfying one. I mean, since game 2, our Sly opponent just conceded. But I mean, we did face Sly 3 times, and we won the other 2 games pretty handedly. I think, I mean, generally speaking, Sly is one of our very best matchups, so I don't think it's be surprising that we would win, even if the game 2 was played out. And like we saw, I mean, we had excellent hands, so they would have to really, really hit their stride to keep up with that. And also, I mean, we did get a little lucky against Neon Mushroom, who he did flood out a lot. So, but I mean, that's Magic. we we got some good matchups. I do think even even if he had a better draw, I mean, I think in my experience the Rock Freshnaut list is also a very good matchup for us. So we found good matchups, and I think the deck performed well. So we'll take it. Thanks for watching.